Hello, my name is Robert McKinna, and over the past 10 plus months I've been completing my final year design project at Loughborough University. But on top of all of that, I've been recording every step of the way because I want to take you on a journey, showing you both the highs and the lows of my project and how it has developed over the past 10 months. But most importantly, I want to show the world how using inclusive design can empower so many social minority groups, including those with MS. So sit back, relax, and join me on my journey through Project Phoenix. Here we go, we are in the final coming weeks of Project Phoenix and the final part of this 5-part docu-series. And here I'm starting to make the final concept and putting it all together in preparation for Loughborough's design degree show, but also in finalising this project. And as we get into the final stages, I've been doing some testing in making the final garment itself and even doing some sublimation process testing with the new Phoenix logo onto fabric and onto garments to see what it aesthetically looks like. I'm super excited to see what happens and what's going to happen in the final creation of the Project Phoenix prototype. So just as a quick update for you, literally only got just over a week left until final handing. Very busy at the moment, quite stressed, but yeah, you can feel that vibe around the design school at the moment. It's very much that kind of vibe at the moment. So yeah, gonna push on, and hopefully we're so close in terms of finishing. The main things that I need to tick off at the moment is any final little tweaks in the design, and also just in terms of fixing the final UX and UI, because the whole point of the vest is that you're meant to be able to control it by an app, and that app currently doesn't exist. So that is my main task today. I'm going to try and knock that together and see if I can get something done and dusted for that. So one last element that I need to do in preparation for the degree show and in building the website together that we show off for the degree show is I do need to finish CADing some of the internals of the central panel, because I've got the internals for the back battery holder. That's all sorted pretty much. I think I'm just missing one LED on that. And apart from that, it's now just all down to the central panels. So one last test that I need to do for testing the vest, and in particular testing the functionality in terms of the cooling, is I'm going to do a bit of a human factors / design experience experiment. So as you can see, I've got my running gear on. I'm going to go and run a 5K, which should take around about 23 minutes at the pace I'm aiming for, which isn't too comfortable, but it's also not trying to push for a PB or something like that. And the key thing is that I've got the fins on. There we go. So I've got the fins on, and also I am going to be taking these bad boys. So these are the freezer ice packs, which I bought earlier on in the year, and I'm wearing the vest underneath that is going to be able to house them both on the front and on the back. So we're going to be doing a human factors test of basically going, okay, every kilometer, how comfortable am I with this cooling, and kind of how comfortable is it in terms of affecting me. I'm excited, gonna go out on a run. It's roughly around about 19 degrees Celsius at the moment. The wind is up a little bit, which will help with the ventilation to the fins. But I'm also worried a little bit that will make me really cold, but it should be fine. The sun is shining nicely, so should go on a nice run and we'll see what happens.
So we've just reached about the first kilometre or so, and in terms of the kind of thermal comfort, it's definitely +2 at the moment. It's really good, really solid. And in terms of thermal sensation, that's really strong as well at the moment, which has been quite surprising, I'll be honest. Considering how cold the ice packs, that makes sense, but I thought they wouldn't be able to stay tight against my body, but we've applied a bit of tape and that seems to have worked relatively well. So yeah, I'm going to kick on, and I'll be back with you on the at the second kilometre. So we've just hit kilometre 2, and in terms of thermal comfort, it has gone down quite a bit. I can still feel it, but it's not as strong as it was, so it's kind of, it's cold, but not very cold at all really. And then in terms of thermal comfort, I would say I missed the ultra cooling that I had towards the start, even within the first kilometre. So that's probably just gone down to a 1 in terms of that. But overall, still feeling really good. And I am pushing the pace on, trying to really test the limits of this really to see what will happen. But anyways, I'm going to kick on, get onto the third kilometre and catch up with you a little bit further down the trail, but feeling really good. And it genuinely is doing something. Even if quite a big bit of it is psychological, it actually feels so nice, especially on the front, which I wasn't expecting as much. I thought it was all in the upper back. From when I've done statutory tests where I just haven't moved, the upper back cooling is so much better, but now I'm actually running, the front is so much better, and it's so much more needed as well. So yeah, I'm going to kick on and get onto that third kilometre. Here we go, just on the third kilometre now. In terms of thermal sensation, it has gone down massively. I literally can't really feel it anymore. And I'll be honest, it kind of shows the limitation of these freezer pack vests already. It's been what? But it's not been that long. I'd say that it has gone down to just basically not being there at all. I literally can't feel it anymore. And in terms of comfort for me, that's looking down to a 1 and kind of descending at the moment, especially because the despite there being a breeze, it's not actually helping that much. The sun is hitting me quite well because we're about mid-afternoon at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to kick on, but starting to feel the heat a lot more now. I'll kick on to the 4th kilometre now and catch up with you then. So just hitting the 4th kilometre, and I'm feeling at least internally quite warm. So yeah, the freezer packs have actually started to get warm now, which isn't great in terms of thermal sensation. And in terms of thermal comfort, I'm probably starting to hit around about 0 now, right bang in the middle. But yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but it's the truth of these freezer pack vests. They only work for a very short period of time, unfortunately. So anyways, I'm going to kick on and get home, and I'll report back to you then once I've hit the 5 kilometre mark of what my readings are for both thermal sensation and thermal comfort. Smashing stuff. So just hit the 5 kilometre mark. Hopefully you can hear me over the cars, but yeah, I'm feeling good in terms of myself, which is all good. And in terms of thermal sensation, it's pretty much minus now. It's quite warm. And then in terms of thermal comfort, it's not great. It's probably around about average and a little bit lower. I can't remember what number that is. It's probably 0 to -1. But overall, it was good to do that test. And really, if anything, it showed me the limitations of the freezer pack, because so many of them are sold at incredibly expensive prices over in America. So I'm kind of glad it didn't work, because realistically it's not an accessible solution for the majority of people. So that was a good test, and now I'm going to go back and collate my findings and be able to summarize what I've found from doing this test. So looking forward to that. Wow. So here it goes. After 10 plus months of work, some very late nights, some long days, and feeling a lot more tired, but a lot wiser in a funny way, here it is. Here is the final design of Project Phoenix. I'm genuinely so happy with how it has come out. It truly shows, I believe, how much work that I've put into this project with just how well it has come out. But it's now time for my favourite part of the whole of this docu-series and the whole of this documentary. It's now time to show truly the heroes of this documentary, both Balraj and Iran, the final prototype and the final design of Phoenix. And fingers crossed, I hope they like it.
So this is the last time that I'll be coming down to you guys, but luckily it is for a good reason, because I have put together the final prototype and the final design of everything ready to show you guys and see what your reaction is and everything together. And I have been hiding a lot of the elements of the design so far towards the end, just because I want to make sure that this is very much like a surprise video. Yeah, so a lot of work has been put in, a lot of stuff has been done, so yeah, I'm excited to show you what I've come up with. So I think you remember we spoke about this. So overall, it's a dual vest system, so you've got an inner vest and the outer vest system. So this is the inner vest that you'd be wearing, and that is close to what it would be on the final thing. So it's been all branded up with Phoenix. It's got a battery holder in the back that's able to power all the thermoelectric fabric, and that is what you would wear on the inside.
Look at that. It's good, does it?
It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah,
Branding's very good.
What are your thoughts on it? Do you like it?
I like it. You like it?
I like it. I know I'm being a pet peeve here. I think it's just like, let's say sometimes people are doing flat pitch. I mean, we already discussed it anyways before. It's just if you're doing a flat pitch, you got that. Maybe it's not going to be too. That would just take time to adjust to it. That's all.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That's all. But
And
I
these
think
are the...
Yeah, so they're the sensors that are going to be able to sense what your core body temperature is.
And what are the main things that these record the data this is?
So it's just picking up core body temperature at the moment, and the idea is that if you have that paired with your watch that you use, your Apple Watch or Samsung Watch, whatever it is, that will then have all of the other sensors that will then be able to combine your heart rate monitor data, how fast you're running or the exercise you're doing, even skin temperature, so that then it can be able to ultimately understand, okay, so the cooling needs to happen at this point for it to have the greatest amount of effect. So yeah.
What's the cooling mechanism?
So it is all thermoelectric fabric that will be within the back here, along the sides, and at the front on the base here.
So the surface area that touches the skin is just what's on here?
Yeah, that's the idea. But the aim as well is, so this is very much the final prototype at this stage, but ultimately for the future, I'm hoping that this will be able to be manipulated so it can be used in other applications. So that then you can ultimately have it like we spoke about a very long time ago, even within socks or within other forms of garments and fabrics.
Just adding it as a cooling system to wherever you wear it.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
And I do have a cool electronics prototype I think you'll like. It's very basic, but basically this is the closest that we can get to thermoelectric fabric, at least what I can get my hands on at the moment. So this is a flexible Peltier plate. So the idea is that that would be interwoven within the fabric and would be able to provide the cooling effect. And because it's a Peltier plate, it has the hot side, which is this side with all the plastic on, and then it has this side which would be touching your skin, which is the cold side. So if you want, it does actually work for a couple of seconds if you want to feel what that feels like, and see what it is. Then all of a sudden you should feel it get cold.
Yeah.
And even if you grab the other side, you should be able to feel how there's a difference. It only lasts for a couple of seconds. If you just grab it, you should be able to feel the difference between the top and the bottom. Yeah. Lastly, we now have the outer vest, which is the actual running vest itself. So here is the final prototype of the running vest with the branding on.
It's alright, man.
And it only has it on one side, but it's got a Velcro side, so you can open it up nicely.
These are the touches you're holding back?
Yes.
This the material similar to this, I guess.
Yes, so that is actually a running vest material. It's slightly too thick to what I would want, but to get the kind of materials like Nike have and stuff like that, you have to pay a lot of money. And they get it personalised. So yeah, the whole idea is that it's got the branding on the front, it's got the breathable sides that can open up via Velcro, and it's got a hole sizing system on the front that we also spoke about, so that you can place the central panel where you want it to be. And it's got some cool ventilation fins on the back that give you that kind of superhero feeling we were talking about. So as you're running along, they can stay open and let all the cold air rush onto your back.
I like that design.
Phoenix, these are your wings. They are at the back, but they are your wings.
Yeah, it's true.
We're not here to fly, we're here to cool down. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Love it.
That's good.
I like that.
Mm.
And even
Brilliant.
with the
It's
system,
being in white as well. Stick to the light colours with the white logo.
Yeah. And this is the final central panel all painted up, and that's how how it would be in terms of how it would connect through to the inner vest. So yeah, so that's the central panel that goes through those holes that are on the front of the vest,
Yes.
and that goes through to the poppers, so this bit that is on the inside on the inner vest. So that would be integrated into the inner vest like we spoke about before. It's just very difficult to do that with the current inner vest that I have. So yeah, overall, what are your thoughts with like everything that I've shown you?
From start to finish.
Yeah, and even the journey we've been on, it's been crazy.
It's been fantastic. It's been, for myself personally, it's been great to be a part of it. Seeing you move forward as someone your age and the project itself, the input that you put in is part of the back, mate.
Thank you.
very, very, very impressed.
I like the design. It's different.
It's different.
It's unique, and it ties in obviously with the Phoenix part of it. So when you look at that, like you're like obviously that people were saying stuff about that, they say Gymshark or whatever it is. You can look at that, and even in the future, who knows? Gymshark might even say like, I want that as well. So
Yeah. As the MS software, and I understand the whole point that we discussed about heat and how we struggle, and having the option then to press a button and cool yourself down. I would buy this.
That's awesome. But no, I really appreciate your guys' like input throughout the project and everything. Really,
Yeah,
massive respect. Massive respect.
Like I said before, thank you for introducing me to him, and thank you for letting me a part of this. And we did like being a part of it together. Love you guys.
Lots of love and respect. I think you choosing this project, you could have chose so many others. Well, thanks. You know, you never know. The world's so small, and we just met coincidentally from a mate of a mate, and then it's
it's fantastic.
Massive
Like,
respect.
I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate
Massive
you.
respect, man. Like,
Oh yeah, by the way, that's £5 for him, £5 for me. For all the nice things we said about it.
Oh, damn it, man. Where's my wallet? But I really appreciate you guys.
And so there you have it. We've got to the end of this docu-series. I'm now back where I started, here at my desk, where it all began back in September of 2022 and potentially even August realistically. And it is now August of 2023. And honestly, it's been a crazy year, a really formative year for me, to be honest. And this project, I think, has fully shown off, I believe truly, to the world of what I can do, what I want to do with inclusive design, and ultimately what is possible and the opportunity that is out there for everybody to design inclusively. Thank you so much for everybody who's been watching this docu-series and has followed me on my journey. And in particular, I'd like to say thank you to all of the Loughborough University staff that helped me out throughout my Project Phoenix journey. In particular, some big shout outs to people like Professor Sharon Cook, who without your inclusivity and human factors help, I don't know where I would be with this project. And a massive shout out to the textiles technician B King. You're an absolute star, and without you I would have been lost in the whole world of fabrics and textiles, which I still believe I am in a way. But anyways, thank you so much to everybody who has supported me throughout my project and throughout my journey. This is the end of Project Phoenix for now. We'll see what happens in the coming years and what happens with the development of the technology that I was focusing upon. And who knows, maybe this will come out in the world someday. Maybe if certain organizations like Gymshark are interested, maybe we can make this a reality within the next year. But anyways, thanks so much for watching this docu-series, and I will see you in the next Inclus content.